Hey, Trey was tight last week.
He's still
I don't
tight.
even
He's still
care,
tight
bro.
now. Dude
I
said,
don't
Dude
care,
said,
bro.
I don't even
Hey,
care.
hey, every week you say I'm gonna win, so I don't even care at this point, bro.
Hey, I was like Trey. I was like, hey, Trey got away this time. Then I was like, oh shit, no, he didn't.
Hey Trey, turn the phone down. We are
Bro, listen,
live, gentlemen.
I know my
Damn,
fault.
damn. Don't. Can we all get along?
Blaze done brought up fantasy football, done messed up my mood.
Oh, my fault, Trey.
Hey, Jerome. Hey, listen. I didn't watch no more football because I was like, oh yeah, it's over, it's a wrap.
Hey,
He literally scored like 50 points on the last day or something, bro.
yeah,
Like,
our listeners
come
didn't
on
even
now.
see how I was looking at you behind the scene because I wasn't saying nothing. Trey tried to get live with me as soon as we went live. His ass knocked
I was just playing. I was
Hey,
just joking. I don't
but
get violent for no reason.
you don't get violent for no reason. But listeners,
Uh,
we bake with another episode of Unlustrious, with another episode of Unlabeled the podcast. I'm your illustrious host Jerome Williams, who never introduces himself every week. Every week I come on here and I introduce y'all first, and I never introduce myself.
You need no introduction.
I need no introduction. I do need an introduction. But anyway, I'm your illustrious host, Jerome Williams, and I'm feeling fantastic this week. Always in a good mood. I'm in a jovial mood, but I'm not to be played with. I also got my good friend Sydney Blaze in the building. I also got my good friend Sydney Blaze in the building. How you feeling this week, brother?
I'm good.
Good, man. What you drinking on this early? Oh well, is it? No, it's still early over there.
It's 10 here.
It's 10. What you sipping on this early?
my man J Mac favorite drink.
Hennessy, white Hennessy. I like my Hennessy like I like my women, pure whites.
I was depressed because the Packers lost, man. It was a very upsetting loss.
I didn't even watch the game this morning. They lost.
Well, it came on at 6:30 in the morning here, so I got up
Man.
for that shit, and I'm even more upset.
Yeah. I've been up. I just forgot to turn it on. I announced it last week that they played.
They didn't score a point in the second half. They got a safety at the end of the game. That was it.
Wow, that's terrible. What up, Brandon? I see you in the chat. But also got my good friend Montre and Brown in the building. How you feeling this week, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. Blessed to be here again. Jerome still has not kicked me off again, so
you got to lean closer to your mic because it's not picking you up. It's
my fault.
Go ahead, talk louder, bro.
No, I said I'm doing good, man. I'm just happy to be here again. You ain't kicked me off in a while, so it's a blessing every time I can get on here with my brothers, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this nigga's on his last leg, y'all. I'm about to give him his 30-day review, and he got to get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
he don't even know how to
Trey,
talk close to the
Trey,
microphone.
I thought that was a Whitty Hutton shirt, dog. Hey, I was gonna say I need that shirt, bro.
What is Whitty Hutton?
From Martin, remember when Martin, Hustle Man tried to make the shirts? He said, man, Hustle Man can't spell. Motherfucking shirt said Whitty Hutton. They were supposed to say Whitney Houston.
Hey, dog, we definitely gonna make those shirts for our merch. We gonna definitely put
those.
I
need that shirt, bro.
We gonna make a Whitty Hutton shirt.
Man.
Hey man, but listen, for everybody who's tuned in, if y'all not aware, we do got the merch back up and running. It's actually in the link of this profile right now, and we running a promo for Indigenous People Day. And if you go in there and type in the promo code RIBS, RIBS, you will save 10% on any purchase from our merch store. Everybody from Milwaukee should get that inside joke. But it's unlabelmerch.com. Go there and get you some drip. I got a shirt that's been getting rave reviews on there right now, a crew neck. So y'all should go in there and make your purchase. And plus, we got new merch coming. I'm working on some stuff. But go ahead and get you some drip.
We got some stuff for the ladies too.
Yeah, stuff for the definitely for the ladies. Got a little bit of everything. But yeah, go in there and check it out, man. If you can get whatever you into. But that's it for church announcements this week. Kendall is going to be joining us later. I don't know exactly when he's going to get on, but he will be joining us later. But let's see. What we want to talk about first, man. Let me ask y'all a question. As a minority and I dare I say middle-aged man, middle-aged man.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. Do y'all feel like y'all are being oppressed currently? Do y'all feel like it's forces that are against you right now that are oppressing you in your current lifestyle right now? I need your honest answers.
Currently, no, not for me. Shit, I think we done almost figured out how to work around it.
Mm-hmm. And when you mean by work around it, what do you mean?
I mean, it's out there, like it, but only if you let it hold you back. Like you gotta get out there and figure it out.
Mm-hmm. And is that because you've achieved a certain level of success economically, or what do you think the reason that is? Why you don't feel like you being oppressed?
I mean, it's just not economic. It's I think there's a lot of factors involved, but I think we all know that I done been through a whole lot of shit, and if that can't hold me back, then oppression don't exist for me.
Yeah,
not in everyday life.
And do you could be a little transparent about like what you've been through? Like you don't got to give details, but like
I think everybody know. You know, I done been in a lot of trouble. I done been in and out of prison. I done did a lot of bullshit, but it ain't stopped me from doing nothing I got to do. So
yeah. Okay, and that's what that was what I want you to expound on a little bit. So yeah, so you've been in and out of prison, and that hasn't stopped you. And being from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, like while you were there, how did you feel about the state or level of oppression that you were experiencing?
Oh yeah, there it was different. That shit real there. It's palpable.
It's palpable. Mm-hmm. What would be the main reason you would say that you felt like you were being oppressed, or like, is it an economic reason?
I think it's
politics?
Just the nature of I think it's just the nature of the city, the segregation, and everything like that, and the prison system in general. But that ain't been my experience since I left there. It's been wide open.
Mm-hmm. And you moved to a state that you would deem to have fairly good economics, right? And
yeah, it's a red state. It's a Republican state, but it don't affect like economically how shit move.
And Trey, I'm gonna ask you before we continue. I'm trying to ask you some of the same questions. Like, do you feel like you're being oppressed right now as a Black American middle-aged man?
Dude, why you keep saying that, bro?
Huh? Because I mean, you know, some people consider mid to late 30s middle age. I'm just joshing, but same question though, Trey. How do you feel about that?
At this point in my life, I don't believe so. I don't feel it at all. Actually,
how did you feel when you were in Wisconsin? Because we all from Milwaukee, like, we all grew up in the hood. So like, go ahead and explain. The whole north side of Milwaukee is a hood. So I want you to.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know, right?
No, but in Milwaukee though, it was a lot harder to get a decent job. Like, and I interview the same. I've always interviewed the same, bro. I'm educated, you know what I mean, and it was very hard to go in on the interview and get a second interview in Milwaukee. But once I left there, I've got any job I went on an interview, I've gotten. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like, so I see the difference. Whereas it's like it opened up for me once I left there as well.
So would you say capitalism has been good to you?
What's the emoji? You know what I
mean? Yeah. So
I'm just blessed, Jerome. I'm just blessed, you know.
Yeah.
Praise be to He.
Praise be to He. And same thing for you, Blaze. Would you say capitalism works and it's been good for you?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. Kendall's coming in. Let me introduce him right quick. Oh, no, I'll wait till you come all the way in with the audio and whatnot, and then I kind of catch him up on the conversation. Brother Ken Dow, fresh off the haircut.
Yo.
How you feeling this week, brother?
I'm doing great. Did we just start? Wonderful.
Yeah. We just started. We only 10 minutes in, so I'm gonna catch you up a little bit to what the conversation that we have right now. I basically asked Montre and Blaze And this is going to lead into a larger conversation about our favorite celebrity buffoon. But basically, I want to know is like,
Kendall wanted to miss that part.
do you feel individually?
No. I really had to go get cut because I'm going to a Atlanta United game later.
Okay. Yeah, and it's gonna be a probably only about an hour, maybe hour and 10-minute episode. We're not gonna drag this out long because I got to go look at houses. And like I said, I know you got things to do as well. But currently, right now, individually, as a black man, do you feel like there's anything oppressing you right now in America? Individually, I ain't talking about grand scheme.
Oh, like I'm not directly, no. But there are things in place that definitely oppress us in certain factors, you know, like or things in place to put parameters around things that we need in order to advance. So yes, but not like directly where someone's oppressing me personally.
Yeah.
But you know, but yeah.
And we know there are was it macro levels of things that are oppressing us.
Facts.
But I just want to get your thoughts individually. Now, when you lived in Milwaukee, growing up there, how did you feel?
For sure. I mean, again, same situation where there are absolutely things in place that make things harder for us, you know, and issues that need to be resolved that should have been a long time ago, but like not directly someone is oppressing me, you know, that I see every day.
Yeah, I felt very marginalized, so to speak, living in Wisconsin, growing up there.
For sure, so, no doubt, absolutely, I agree. That's what I mean by the things in place. You know, that
I didn't really it didn't really affect me till I started trying to do shit the right way. Like before, I didn't give a fuck. It didn't matter. But once you start trying to do shit the right way, you're like, hold on, what you mean no?
Right.
Yeah, and I pretty much had it. I came out the gate trying to do things the right way because I saw how the street life and different things affected other people around me, and I didn't want no parts of that. You know what I'm saying? I had older brothers that went through that, father. You know what I'm saying? All that. So my experiences, I had 2 younger sisters. It was like, okay, so you either gonna become a statistic or get out here in the streets and be wild now and doing a bunch of dumb shit. And then once I felt myself getting pulled that way, and the more dumb shit I was doing in the street, that was when I was like, all right, it's time for me to get up out of here. Now, the reason I asked that question is because I was basically saying, like, since capitalism has worked for me, I don't know how I feel has it worked for you, Kendall? Blaze feels the same way and same thing as far.
To an extent, yes, absolutely.
Okay, and so we've been able to achieve, you know, power economically through, you know, gaining wealth and changing our family situations and whatnot. So this is why this is why I like to preach that, you know, gaining economic stance and gaining wealth and actually moving towards generational wealth is going to help with us being free. I like to say that poor people vote, rich people lobby. And that's all. And that's something that I always want us to realize, that if we come together as a unit and we start lobbying, putting our bread together and lobbying behind politicians, we can actually move the needle. You know what I mean? I'm all for voting rights and getting in the streets and marching and everything like that. But I also think that if we start actually lobbying and rallying our dollars behind each other, we can actually move as a unit to achieve even more greatness in this country. You know what I mean? Do y'all agree with that? If I made sense to y'all?
That's a fact. You gotta have a multi-pronged attack.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, Kendall?
No, I definitely agree. You know, protest is mostly just used for raising awareness for the most part. So, you know, you go out in the streets to raise awareness, and then you hope that people will come behind that and get into those programs so they can push what you're talking about, lobbying and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of us, like, we just start with the grassroots movements, like protests and things of that nature, you know, and then once we get to that point, that's all we do. It's nothing behind it, and the organizations that have put a little bit beside things together outside of just protests, they've seemingly failed, as we pointed out, you know, to BLM and, you know, several other instances in this country. You know what I mean? They seem to fail us. I'm not saying that they failed us completely, but they seem to fail us as far as like organizing and everything like that. So, you know, I think that, you know, we definitely have to do a lot better as far as organizing and coming together as a community and pooling our resources. But I think it's going to actually have to start with us, this generation. Excuse me, because we don't really have a largest fight as our ancestors had in like the 60s and things of that nature. So I think it'll be a lot easier for us to come together to be that next generation where we actually built our wealth, kind of close that wealth gap a little bit, and then actually learn how the systems work, and then actually go and lobby and get behind a politician. Because like I said, the reason I said I'm all for voting rights and everything like that, voting rights is cool, but if we're gonna continue to have voting rights and everything like that, but the people who are in power or our choices to vote for aren't doing anything for our communities, we're not gonna have no change at all in our communities.
Who you talking about, Biden?
I'm just talking about anybody. Biden. I mean, you can start with the mayors, the governors, everybody. They don't got our best interests, and if we're not pulling our resources to get behind them and saying, "Hey,
but that's never been the case, though. I don't feel like that's ever been the case.
No, it's never been the case.
They use us for the votes, but they don't.
Yeah, I mean, even so-called black politicians today, it's far and few between the ones that I actually see trying to, or having a big enough effect. And and I think the reason being is because like perfect example, and what's the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, where they just had that water crisis down there, where they had all this dirty water down there. He was down there and he was writing all the letters to the governor saying, "Hey, we need these resources. We need this help. We need this help." And it just happened to be a black mayor for the first time probably in Jackson, Mississippi's history, and he can't get the governor to do anything. He couldn't get the needle to move. Now imagine if we'd have been putting black dollars behind saying, "Governor, hey, we want you to approve this or approve that," and we were putting actual dollars behind that. And now we're saying, "You're going to do this." You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I think they gave all the money to Brett. Shit, that's why he wasn't answering.
All right, to Brett.
and his team, because it was like 60 million. He got about 5, but it was about 60 million. There's a lot of stuff that came out with that.
Mm-hmm. Fuck y'all water, man. We need this volleyball court.
Absolutely. We don't care about those blacks. But you see right now, Texas just shipped off some migrants, I call them, instead of people call them foreigners, to New York, which is a sanctuary state, and they already got set up to house them for the most part for right now. Not like they getting cribs, but
they said they get overwhelmed though.
They've already right, of course, because now they need help. But I'm just saying, but basically you react to that right away versus people across the street where you don't even want to give them $10,000 for off a student loan.
Right, which is ridiculous.
Seen that time and time again.
And what Kendall was we'll cover that last, the Biden decriminalization and the Milwaukee student loan bullshit. But let's get into the controversy, because I'm pretty sure a lot of our listeners want to know how we felt about this. So that's why I'm gonna touch on this Kanye West White Lives Matter T-shirt controversy. So for all y'all who's been under a rock, Kanye West came out with a White Lives Matter T-shirt at a Paris fashion show. And people were pretty upset about it. He was standing next to Candace Owens with White Lives Matter shirt on. Immediately, people saw the back of the shirt and had feelings about it, about that statement, White Lives Matter. I personally didn't have that big of a reaction to it, because I saw the front of the shirt and I thought he was being tongue in cheek. It had Pope. What was it? John
Paul II.
John Paul II on there, and I just thought he was being tongue in cheek, saying these altar boys, things that the Vatican has been guilty of all these years. Kind of, that was my take on the shirt. Is the reason why White Lives Matter. Now, a Vogue journalist by the name of Gabriella Karif Johnson. This was her immediate reaction. She's a fashion journalist. And this was her immediate reaction. She said, he was trying to illustrate a dystopian world in the future when whiteness might become extinct, or at least would be in enough danger to demand defense, wrote Johnson. But the danger is this very premise and idea that white supremacy is in danger of extinction is what justifies mass incarceration, murder en masse, and indeed even the advent of slavery. The next slide of Johnson's Instagram reiterated that she was not justifying West's irresponsible actions by condemning them, although West may see his work as revolutionary. In reality, what he's doing is nothing short of anti-black violence. The phrase originated in response to Black Lives Matter by white supremacists to overshadow the brutal deaths of black people. Like all art, fashion is subjective. And as a journalist in the industry, it's well within Johnson's right to critique the collection, especially especially one that breathes life into harmful ideology that directly affects black people in real life. I feel like that was probably the most level-headed, most reaction to the shirt. How did y'all feel when y'all first saw the shirt?
Bro, I honestly didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I don't even know why we still paying attention on that nigga. He do this shit on purpose. He do this shit on purpose, man.
Yeah,
Ignore that shit.
Yeah. So when you say I don't feel like why we paying attention, do you feel like he was doing it to kind of get a rise out of people? Is that what you mean by why we pay that type of attention?
Yeah, that's what he do.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta. It's one crying out for attention, man. Don't ignore that nigga.
Mm-hmm. Trey, what was your thoughts on the shirt when you saw it initially?
When I first saw the shirt, I thought he was trolling. Really, like I really thought he was trolling. Then when I saw the front of it, I was like, oh shit. If it wasn't him that wore that shirt, that was kind of like a trolling type shirt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I really didn't care about it, like kind of like Blaze said at first. But then over the you know, every day since then, he just been out of control. And then when I heard when he interviewed and he told you what I was thinking, what we all was thinking, well, what his fans were thinking was like, oh, no, I don't mean that.
Right.
He basically said, no, I do mean.
Yeah. He said it was simply.
Dude, dude is fucking with y'all, man.
Yeah,
relax.
100%.
That's why I just kind of like when he do stuff, bro. I just be like, man, just make me my music, bro. Like I don't really care, like dog, like because he be
in my
losing his
shoes.
mind. In my shoes, bro. Like he be losing his mind, bro. Like, and he really, and I do think he doing like a major troll, bro, just of everybody, bro. Like he really.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all now. Y'all can cancel that nigga all y'all want. I'm still buying Yeezys. Cancel him if y'all want to.
I see little Boosie sons burning them.
Hey, listen, absolutely.
Man, look.
Listen.
All
I want to wear, right now, all I'm in the mood for is Yeezys and boots.
They so goddamn comfortable.
They is, bro. So fashionable. You can damn near wear them with anything, no matter what.
Hey, they make my feet happy. I don't care what that nigga do.
Now, Kendall, what was your thoughts when you saw the White Lives Matter shirt?
Well, kind of to what Blaze's point, and I actually watched a real good video called by the Company Man. He used to be with Hip Hop DX. He was a writer for them, but now he has his own show. But he actually talks about, to Blaze's point, about how Kanye profits off of Black pain and how he's been doing it since for like a long period of time. Once he figured it out after the whole George Bush doesn't like Black people situation. But my initial thoughts was, okay, why are you even wearing this type of shirt? Because we already like white lives do matter in this country. Because if it didn't, go call a white woman a punk ass bitch and see what happens when you go do that in the public. Her white life is going to matter immediately, and something is going to take place ASAP. So I think what I didn't understand the whole. When Tucker Carlson asked him, what does the shirt mean? He said, white lives do matter, as if they're not. Black Lives Matter was never saying that other lives don't matter. The whole point of Black Lives Matter was saying, why don't we matter from this scale as other races do in this country? That's the whole slogan for Black Lives Matter was. So it kind of felt like.
But the media changed the narrative on that though.
Right, but you should be smart enough to know what Black Lives Matter means, being that you're an artist and a creator and a content guy, and he's a genius in different aspects. But like when you get on Fox News and you spit that shit, you're spitting that shit to the white people. The white people, that population ain't going nowhere. Census Bureau says America, white alone, is 75% white. Next is 13% African American. White alone, not Hispanic or Latino, is 59%. So white people aren't going anywhere anytime soon in this country. And I don't know what these people are talking about with population, because there's nothing going on with white people. The only people that got population control issues is Black people, because we still at 12%, and we've been here over 300 years. So
It is kind of crazy.
But
he's out of his goddamn mind.
That's kind of crazy when you think about it, though.
Yeah,
13%.
The thing that I think goes over people's head, because I'm not sure if people actually saw the runway or they put all this together because the large this wasn't a public fashion show, so this is the vast majority of people didn't see this or don't give a shit. So like when you actually saw the runway, it was a dystopian future. That was what the whole play, the runway was. If you saw the runway, it looked like a long track, like a I don't even know how to explain it, like like the moon, and it was just mud and a long track of like water was just in the middle of the thing. And all the fashion that they've been doing for the last year looks like a post-apocalyptic world type fashion that all these major designers have been doing. These major fashion houses have been doing. I don't even know what they call it.
Them big dumbass boots.
Yeah, these big boots that look like rain boots and hazmat suits and shit like that. That's what it looks like everybody was wearing. And that was pretty much the overall theme of this fashion show. And that's what this fashion vlogger says. He was trying to illustrate a dystopian world in the future where whiteness might become extinct. And I can see how that can be problematic, but I don't think too many people put that much thought process in things. And I think that's where the outrage from this shirt actually came from. You know what I mean? And then, you know, Kanye West, because Kanye West, like when he speaks to certain people, he kind of panders to them, right? And he did the same thing with the Tucker Carlson interview. Because then later on his Instagram, he posted, a comment from his father, what he thought. And he said, I thought the shirt was funny because it was just a black man stating the obvious. You know what I mean? And his father's a former Black Panther. Then he quoted Fred Hampton, where Fred Hampton was on the record of saying, Black Panthers, their whole ethos was power to all people, where they said, right. We're not saying black power in opposition to white power. We say saying white power, yellow power, you know, all that to encompass all people. We need to put the power back in. I'm sorry, I got talking with this pen in my hand. We need to put the power back in the hands of all people. You know what I mean? Which I agree with, because, you know, that's what keeps us all separate, because they sell us they sell all minorities, and they sell all white people two different things. They sell white people the fact that their whiteness is better than us being minorities, you know what I mean? And we all fucked up from a sense of propaganda standpoint, you know? But you were about to say something, Ken. I think you were trying to interject.
No, I was just listening. But like I was just gonna say, like, that's exactly what Black Lives Matter is. It's it's power to all people. They're not saying our lives matter more than everybody else's. We're saying, how come ours don't matter as much as blah, blah, blah? That's what the whole meaning of that shirt is. And that's all I was saying. Is just, he's too smart to not know that. I know he knows some level of that somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And Sister Abdullah, you know, who we talked about last week, she's the chair of the Department of Pan-African Studies for California State University. And she's also the co-founder of the Los Angeles chapter of Black Lives Matter, who is the grassroots that we were talking about last week. She's actually, you know, been quoted as saying she's invited him, you know, to, you know, Black liberation movements and things of that nature, because she was just coming from a place of, we just maybe feel like he's woefully ignorant and not knowing what our slogan is saying. And we've definitely offered him to come out. Oh, okay. We can educate him on those things. We're not, you know, she wasn't coming from a place of like vitriol, but it was just, you know, she's just basically saying, don't carry that message, because when you get on Fox News, all it's going to do is, you see, right. the black guy saying it, so it must be true. Right. That's where it gets dangerous. And he has a huge following. You saw niggas at January 6th, the trader rally, wearing Yeezys because they think, and they're only doing it because he's saying what they think he believes in. Yeah. And I'm not saying he don't believe in some of that stuff, because he might have a different viewpoint because he's world traveled and things of that nature. But that's where it gets dicey and dangerous, because they don't care about the real message. They just want to carry on their bullshit and be like, well, see, that's what this top black guy is saying to you guys. Yeah. So you need to fall in line and listen to what he's saying.
And that was my whole point about propaganda in this country. Just like, God damn, Americans are so stupid. Because like literally after he posted that shirt, one of my conservative white friends, this is a 50-year-old white male, hit me immediately. Where can I find? Where could not wait? Where can I find some Yeezys? And they spell Yeezys Yeezee. I'm like, bro, that's not even how you spell that.
You know what I'm saying? They don't even care.
They don't even care. But so there is some, like, to the point, like we in such a I don't even want to call it is it a disposition of where I'm looking for? We in such a fucked up place when it comes to propaganda, because of a lot of the
But that's how it is now, though. Like,
yeah. I agree, but
all outrage equals marketing.
Yeah, but I agree with you, but it still pisses me off that we so fucking stupid as Americans. I ain't even just talking about black Americans. I'm talking about white and in between. The moment we see something, right, like a guy like Trump, we don't do no critical thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, what
hey, man, I see you? Don't talk bad about DT, bro.
No, but listen. I don't care if niggas was fans. I don't care if niggas was fans.
Bad
Of,
about DT, bro.
I don't care if niggas was fans of DT at all. My whole issue was
JL.
The whole My whole issue was the fact that the rhetoric that he was spewing was divisive, and it was dog whistling to his constituency, and it was dangerous. That was the whole thing.
It empowered the fuck out of them.
It empowered the fuck
out of them. They
don't
care no more. You know what? Like before him, well, I would say before Obama, like it was, you knew it was out there, but they wasn't just out front with it.
That's right.
After Obama, them motherfuckers was like, "Hey, we here."
Yep.
And then Trump just made it work.
What was his name? What's the old to Van? What's his name with the brother with the glasses that used to be on CNN? Always crying and shit. To his point, he said
Van
Jones. To Van Jones' point, he said
I was gonna say Van Lathan.
Yeah, I was gonna say Van Lathan too.
Van Lathan 100.
Yeah, Van Lathan is 100. But Van Jones, his point, with his crying ass, he said,
"Hey, you know what? Van Lathan and Van Jones got a beef too, and it's funny."
Yeah, but to his point, he said that President Trump's election was a white lash to Obama, and I 100% agree with that.
Facts. That's exactly what it was. It turned into WWE. That's all it is this is my guy and your guy's over there. That's all it is. Yeah, not at this point.
Yeah, I just wish at some point we would just come together as a country and actually critically think about these things, because this divide.
But propaganda has
it's not gonna happen though. Like, so we got to figure out a way to exist.
What we doing
without that shit.
What we doing our part right now as a black media company to kind of get these messages out there to, especially to our black viewers. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's not. We probably got white viewers out there. Shout out to y'all if y'all listen to the show. But
yeah, we should.
But they also need you. But you have to change the way of thinking, regardless. If you're in those spaces, and that's what we're doing with this. We're not forcing no way of thought. We're just saying look at it from a different perspective, and that's all I'm saying. Like, don't necessarily just regurgitate what you've been told or because that's what happens with this propaganda shit. That's the only reason why Tucker Carlson wanted Kanye on his show.
Fact.
That's why Tucker Carlson does not let his guests sit there and talk. He interjects, he jumps in, he gets all condescending and shit like that. He wasn't doing none of that shit with Kanye because he wanted to make sure Kanye felt comfortable, and that he wanted so that if he wants to bring him back on this show for a later time, and because he was talking about some other things that had nothing to do with the White Lives Matter stuff. He was talking about black struggle, things of that nature, things that were going on with he was talking about the abortion stuff. It was, again, I don't have no problem with what you're saying about this abortion stuff, but again, you have to go further into the infant mortality rates. Things like, even if the black woman wants to have the damn baby, if she has complications in this hospital, she's going through something with a doctor, you don't give a damn about that. You're gonna be like, well, you're all right. We'll just give you some medicine.
But how many viewers do Tucker Carlson get every night? Like 5 million, something crazy like that.
He's the number one.
So of course, Kanye go on there and say whatever the fuck he want to. He got a whole new audience that he listening to,
and that's what I said. Like, y'all should really check out the company, man, because that's kind of what he talks about. Is like, he basically talked about how Kanye basically is funding, right? He's raising for funding right now because he wants to rebrand himself now, because he not fucking with Gap no more. He not fucking with Adidas to an extent. So he raising money right now. Yeah, he ain't shitting on him or nothing. Like, it's actually a very good episode that he does. He does them every Saturday, but y'all should really check it out. He had an interesting point on what he believes Kanye is really doing.
Send me the links.
I put it in the chat actually.
Okay,
and then I'll send it to everybody. I'll send it to y'all too, but I'll put it in the chat. He did a real good job.
Yeah. Well, Montre, I want to know how our conservative listeners thought about this, so I'm gonna get a word from our conservative sponsor. Jethro, I love seeing Kanye, on that there Tucker Carlson. Not Tucker Carlson, that goose son bitch, but he did his right thing. I love that Tucker Carlson, Montre. How you feel?
Let's get Uncle Ruckus on here.
Listen here. That Kanye, he's for the whites, and the whites love Kanye.
Absolutely love that there little Negro boy.
Kanye really might be the next. He might be president soon, though.
Mm-hmm. Next January.
I see he put a 2024. He posted a 2024 hat.
Well, he been wearing those hats with those dates on it. To his defense,
but he did. I mean, but you heard when he was talking. He said, generally nobody cares if I speak like this, me as an artist. He said, but then he said something to the effect of, but because I'm a leader, blah, blah, blah. So he might be kind of throwing a bug in the ear, like, yeah, I might run for 2024. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but when you speaking like that, to me, that's like, especially you on the #1 news show in primetime television, like that's a different type of, they're going to ride for him, to an extent. I'm not saying he will win just because America is deeply racist.
That's say a lot
it's
right
highly
there.
Possible.
That is the #1 show. That's say a
lot
right
#1, bro. It's been #1 for years.
I can tell you this though, where he is losing me at is his bratty behavior. Like at first, his internet games and shit was funny, but once he started attacking, some of our prominent figures or whatnot,
Lil Boosie, and again, I'm not saying Boosie, you can give whatever criticism you want, but like the whole like, you're gonna come shoot me or some shit. I'm not saying he said that.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
No. It was just like bro, like you work with rappers all day, every day. You know what I'm saying?
No, what I'm saying is he was playing police games, and that was some hoe ass shit. Like don't throw a rock and then be like, now you gonna do something to me because I'm gonna fuck you up because you threw this fucking rock.
Right, and he was just doing that to Kim boyfriend. Like he was literally just doing that to him.
But and then when he said y'all black people, he was saying something about black celebrities are trying to isolate me or something. And I'm paraphrasing. I don't, not quote for quote. And then he said, and I'm coming back to shoot the school up. I'm like,
that was some bullshit.
Like, come on, fam. You're not that crazy.
That was some bullshit.
Like, you're not that crazy, bro. Like, you ain't going through that much to where you got to say stuff like that, bro. Like, and again, it's not. He's not literally saying I'm gonna go shoot someone.
No, it's metaphorical,
but it's just like, come on, man. Like, to your point, Jerome. Like, come on, bro. Like, don't go that far, bro. People gonna ride for you regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Now you doing too much.
Drake literally ran around in blackface. He has no problems right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. And I'm not here to shit on Drake. I'm just saying he's been He texted. I ain't trying to, allegedly. I ain't bringing up people's business, but the texting of the 17-year-old, all types of shit. Drake is still straight, right? Yeah. Same thing with Kanye, bro. You could say some flagrant ass shit, and you still gonna be fine with your brand, but don't go that far. That's just how I feel. Like, just don't go that far, bro. Don't talk about shooting the school up.
Yeah, well, let's switch up gears here. Let's talk about some news that actually affects black people. I'm gonna play this little video right quick for all our viewers to see.
Trade tracks, I think we got one.
It's voting season, bruh.
No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. BLK app looking for some action. Swear the homie Scott was happening. Face is a 9, abs is a 10, D is a to be determined. He got mad jokes, he don't sing bro. The only red flag, he said he don't vote. This midterms for all the single cuties. Wanna hit this booty, gotta do your civic duty. No voting.
Yo, hey yo,
hey, yo. For everybody who know what I just played, that was a music video by Trina and Saucy Santana. It's called No Voting, No Vucking. Hey, listen, I want every. Listen, we the only people that get marketed to with this bullshit.
Yo.
Go ahead. Blades is dying. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, what the fuck is that, man?
Bro, listen. If you want to do your, if you want to hit this
what
booty,
the fuck is that, bro?
If you want to hit this booty, you got to do your civic duty. No voting, no vucking.
At least he's keeping it real that they're gay.
Hey, look. Come on,
my
man.
stomach hurts.
Hey, we gotta do better, dog.
Dog, listen.
Well, I mean, we're definitely not the only. Y'all forgot when hold on. When Joe Biden had got out there and was playing Despacito.
Yeah. That was when Joe Biden said that he called us he said unlike black people, Hispanic people. He said unlike black people with notable exceptions, Hispanic people have different thoughts about different things and different views. And that was listen, that and this is the motherfucker that y'all went and voted for.
He's a Dixiecrat.
100%. I've said that on the show before.
Yep. I was told he was the lesser evil. So
and this is the kind of buffoonery that they think black folks is gonna go for. That is not intellectual sect of black people that would actually be like, what the fuck is
hey this? Yo, I ain't never seen that shit, bro. That shit crazy.
That shit crazy. I didn't even play the whole thing because YouTube, but
I don't.
I had to let y'all see that.
Who sponsored this? I don't want to.
Be okay. But I'm pretty sure somebody from
The
a
dating
Democrat.
app?
For the dating app. Be okay, the dating apps. But
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
Because I was about to say I don't think
Fuck
this is
outta here,
paid
man.
for, approved by Joe Biden.
Oh yeah. It's underhandedly paid, and that's
Hold
why
on, I
that's
got
why the BLK app did that shit.
Hey, Trump would have just popped up in the video.
He should
I
have.
love
Look at my African American over
Look at
there.
him,
Look at him. I love you guys.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
hey, Brandon.
I'm not racist.
Brandon, that is a real ad. That is not a spoof. And I'm gonna find out who behind that for our listeners, because that was some bullshit.
It was Deborah Lee, former BET CEO.
TT.
All right, bro. Listen, they do this shit every year with Vote or Die, and remember how Shane Diddy felt for Vote or Die a few years back when he actually was admonishing that that was that was a scam. Now we need real economic power. Oh, we need economic power, huh, Diddy? Yeah. How about you pay Mace?
And real quick, I just want to before I forget this, because I will absolutely forget. I just wanted to, because I was doing some research when we was doing this whole Kanye stuff, and I was reading some of the quotes from Melina Abdullah. But one of the things that she mentioned is that, quote, we're just coming back from Tampa Bay, Florida, where we just had a huge victory, the largest cash award of anybody who was killed by police in the name of Andrew Joseph III. And she said, we're working with Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley as well to end qualified immunity. And she said, we're continuing to do the work in the streets and in terms of policy and in terms of education. And I just want to real quick say that that was a case back in like 2014, I want to say, when Andrew Joseph III had died. So you can see how long court battles can be. But they received like 15 million or something like that. Yeah, 15 million. So those are the types of things that will help hopefully stop police brutality when you start to see like, damn, they really won this case. It's just like to your point with the whole money thing. You know, if there's money involved where we got to start paying because of our fuck ups, the boss gonna have to have something to say then at that point in that precinct. And you hope that those types of things, more of these types of cases and shit like this will help end this type of shit to the policy point and your issue with what you're talking about with money, because that's really what's going to change everything. Same thing with the civil rights movement that also sparked it was the bus boycotts, because they was losing money and they like, you know what, let's let these niggas on the bus stand.
Fact.
Those are the things that's going to help push the narrative, to your point with the whole money situation. So I just wanted to bring that up.
No, you good. But I think our last two topics is about 15 minutes, and then we probably have to wrap this up shortly. I'm gonna let you go ahead and take the last two topics. The one about Joe Biden decriminalizing marijuana. You got that article in front of you? I'll introduce it. I got it in front of me.
I actually do not. I'm sorry.
I'll pull it up while you. I have it right here in front of me while you pulling it up. But it says Biden pardons all federal offenses of simple marijuana possession and first major step towards decriminalization. It said President Joe Biden is taking the first major step towards decriminalizing marijuana, fulfilling a campaign pledge to erase prior federal possessions to convictions and beginning the process to potentially loosen federal classifications of the drug. Kendall, you have an article yet? And I'll let you go ahead and expound.
It is not coming up for me. I'm sorry. Hold on. My Apple News is tripping.
No, okay. It's all good because I pulled it up way before the show. But it said, I'll go ahead and read a little bit more. But it said Biden on Thursday pardoned all prior federal offenses of simple marijuana possession and a move that senior administration officials said would affect thousands of Americans charged with the crime. The announcement comes a month ahead of the critical November elections that would determine control of Congress. Some candidates, in particular, Pennsylvania Democratic Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman, who is running for the state's U.S. Senate seat, have made the issue of marijuana legalization central to their campaigns. When Fetterman and Biden met last month, the candidate said he would raise the issue with the president. At the same time, Democrats have sought to rebuff allegations that are soft on crime, an issue that has risen to the top of some voters' agenda in certain swing districts. You got it yet, bro?
See, I got it up. So I'm more so going to be commenting on this stuff versus like reading more of it. But I'll read some more pieces out of here too. Biden did say there were too many lives have been upended because of our failed approach to marijuana. It's time that we right these wrongs. So I really appreciate that he said that, because I kind of feel like you were absolutely a part of
Yeah,
an adamant person in the
The
whole
key
war on
part.
drugs,
he
war on drugs
was.
situation. You are a part of the crime bill. You're still steadfast in providing more money to police. He still does that to this day. Most Democrats do. I'm not here to, we all know how I feel about both Democrats and Republicans, but I just appreciated the fact that you at least said that canned statement. You know what I'm saying? Because too many times have y'all got away with not acting like y'all weren't a part of the problem. So I at least appreciate that he said that we right these wrongs. I hope he's just more so talking about them versus any of us citizens that have anything to do with that shit. Because marijuana has been getting propagandized forever. It's been going on since the 30s. That's why they changed the name to marijuana, because it was more of a racist connotation. Because the word is from what I remember, a Hispanic word. So it was better to say that than ragweed, so that they could demonize it a little bit more. And the other one was, if black people the black men get a hold of the weed, they're going to rape the white women. It was just that cut and dry. So
Yeah, that's
I
all
just
all the ways they've propagandized marijuana in this country. That's basically what
absolutely.
Kendall was hitting at.
Exactly, and it's we've been the brunt of that shit forever, and this needs to be even more than that. Marijuana as a whole just needs to be decriminalized, and I kind of also feel like he's mostly doing some of this, and again, he's no different than any other politician, Trump, whatever. He's not really a politician, but he's a president too, and would do the same bullshit. But I kind of feel like he's mostly doing this because of the election, approaching, things
Yeah,
like that. So he wants to at least act like
100%.
he's, because
absolutely.
he did say that he would fulfill this to an extent, but he ain't
It was a
fulfilled it all the
campaign
way,
promise.
which is
Yeah,
no, we want all of it decriminalized though. That's what I'm saying. So that's my thing. And then federalize that shit and let's be done with it, because you got people out here making money off this shit, people that don't look like us, people that were able to get into these avenues without problems
yeah.
that we would face.
So are you
And
saying that they're widening the wealth gap yet again?
exactly. So, once again, racism is involved. So that's all I feel like with that. But yes. So, but like I said, I ain't here to poo-poo shit. I'm still optimistic with things. If I see this, if this can get passed and everything's going through and we're good here, let's go to the next step after this. So
It's propaganda to me, man.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. He gonna have to make good on this.
He the one who started this shit. Now you want to pander
Right.
to, you know what I'm saying?
right, but at least he's doing it.
Um,
That's all I'm saying.
No, it should have been done.
I'm
You're
just
right.
hoping. No, I agree. I agree with that. But I'm just saying, at least some people gonna be able to get out of prison over this shit. Hopefully. But it sounds like I'm waiting. But I
I
don't
was
know
just
if it's gonna be you gonna wait
we
for
gonna
people
see
to get
about
out.
that. It's
We'll
gonna
see.
be some
We'll
people
see if
that
it
get out,
happens.
but
That's a
it
fact.
shouldn't be it
Because
compared to the amount of people that's in there for it.
for sure, I agree.
Well,
I agree with that.
When our listener said this is great campaign news, but it's most of these charges are at the state level,
Right.
and federal. I mean, unless he completely decriminalizes it, he's only going to get people out on federal charges. Am I wrong in that assessment?
Yeah, I think it's just like you were saying, it's just state. So like I said, I'm still a little hazy on it. I'm waiting to see if I get more information on this and see where it goes. Because like I said, I don't, when it's us involved, things tend to change. As Richard Nixon once said, as I told you, we talked about it earlier. The hell of a lot of people want to control the Negro bastards.
Wow, bro, this country. That's all you can do is just shake your head sometimes. And some of this
and
shit,
then he went on to say, we're talking about population control. That was in regards to abortions and things like that. But it's just the way when you talk like that, you're concerned. You're concerned about these things, and that's why you don't mind putting black people in prison and imprison them and all that type of stuff, because you want to control certain aspects of how they live, and you want to keep that percentage at 12%, as if we'll ever get close to where the hell you're at. So it's just a lot of that shit, man. That's a lot of reason why they're in prison.
Yeah. And let's talk about this last topic on the amount of campaign ads being ran in Wisconsin. Me down here in Texas, I've actually turned on the news. I've seen quite a bit, surprisingly, but it's only when I watch certain channels. I'm not sure if it's on all these channels, but apparently Wisconsin is running the largest amount of the most campaign ads out of any state.
Yeah, they're spending the most money.
They're spending the most money, so they constantly run ads. And I've heard it's almost unbearable to watch TV with the amount of ads that come on up there. I haven't been able to experience it myself, but Kendall, you got the article where you can expound a little bit?
Yes. So of the 14,000 ads, it's like 14,180 Senate ads that aired in Wisconsin from September 5th to the 18th. 7,000 of them were pro-Democrat. I'm just going to give the rough numbers. Nearly 7,000 or 7,000 over 7,100 were pro-Democrat. Just under 7,000 were 6,900 ads were pro-Republican. 63 of those ads were attack ads. 37% of the ads favoring Mandela Barnes were negative against Ron Johnson, and 90% of the ads favoring Johnson were negative about Barnes. So once again, we're seeing that race is playing a part, and even with the ads and the propaganda to what we were talking about earlier. And according to
Wisconsin, gonna be a big battleground in this next election.
Exactly, it's going to be another important spot for a swing state. Milwaukee is second to. Those ads were nearly split between the U.S. Senate and the governor's race. Milwaukee was second to Las Vegas, showing that the importance of Wisconsin and Green Bay has number 5, and La Crosse was number 25 in total ads run in a 2-week stretch. Wisconsin, like y'all said, tops the nation. And they're, like I said, what we were talking about earlier, they're about 14,000 since September 5th through the 18th. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of that. The data also shows that not all of the ads were attacks, but they were promoting candidates to try and paint a picture in a favorable light. But, it's just, again, WWE shit, really, to me. You know what I'm saying? And, hopefully, I just wish we could get past the negative ads about these people and what they do wrong, and versus actually getting to points of trying to fix what's going on in Wisconsin, especially from a Milwaukee perspective. But clearly, other people of color live in other areas, in Milwaukee and abroad. But, that's the issue with that place, and why it's so, that's why they're having trouble with bringing diversity in a place like Milwaukee, and why they're trying to make it look a little bit more palpable for people and young, so that they can get young people to move there and raise families there, things like that. But, I'm sure they're, not going to say always going to struggle, but they're going to struggle to get people to move in there because, policies need to change and other stuff needs to change in that city as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Well, facts. So, yeah, hopefully so, man. Y'all got anything else to add before we put a button on this episode?
House of the Dragon.
Man, we ain't did no TV show. We ain't did no TV show reviews.
Hey, you know what? I was just about to say that, bro.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that, dog. We ain't went in on that yet.
Yeah.
We have.
You know what?
They done figured out a way to make you so uncomfortable watching something. I don't know how they did that shit, but
Yeah.
like is it's that shit you feel like I should be watching this. I shouldn't see it.
Hey,
You feel like the fly on the wall, dog.
hey, you be making excuses for them. Oh, they just Targaryens. That's what they do.
Nah.
This shit good. This shit good.
Losing your damn mind, right?
Right. Like,
I just messing with you. Facts, but nah, fire show. It's going down.
Yeah,
I sliced up aiming.
Yeah,
literally going down.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, to me, it was kind of I won't say it was a slow burn, but we knew what was coming. You know what I'm saying? In the series,
sure.
So we knew because the books are already written. It's a hell of spoilers out there on the internet, so we kind of already had an expectation for how this was gonna go. It was kind of a slow burn, really, from like after the first like I think which one was the episode where he killed Crab Feeder? Was that the second episode? Or was that the third?
No,
Trey, you so loud pouring that drink.
Fourth.
Jesus Christ, dog. Your microphone is right there, dude.
I think third or fourth.
Okay, so after the episode where he killed Crab Feeder, the show was kind of like anticlimactic because I think they're on this is the 7th episode coming up. Trey,
we're on 8.
Mute your microphone, dog. You are so loud, dog. Like,
He did that on purpose.
I'm gonna beat his ass.
We on 8.
Oh, okay. So we on 8. So I feel like it was a little anticlimactic until then. But episode 7 was Trey. You do that shit one more time, dog.
Bro, I can't fucking move, dude.
No, dude, you loud as fuck because your microphone right there. Mute your microphone, nigga. God damn!
gotta
Every
go
time I
like
start
this. You gotta
talking,
back up.
dog, he don't even realize how loud he is. Dog. They want to get mad at me. I'm trying to talk. This nigga loud as hell,
Bro, I all I did was do this.
Trey, right in front of your
nothing.
mic, right in front of your microphone, dog. It
Yeah.
sounded like you was rattling dice over there. A fucking Yahtzee cup, nigga. God damn! I said it 4 times. Hey, anyway, dog. Listen, I hate my Trey, but I love him. Yeah, but anyway, he was just playing Yahtzee over there, y'all. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Back to what I was saying. Like I said, to me, the show was kind of anticlimactic until this last episode. But it like Blaze said, like it is some very cringeable moments on that show. They've been
Right,
wild,
and the last, you know, the last series was like that. Like the first,
I don't think it's anticlimactic. I think it's just
it's the character
it's a
development
story.
shit.
Yeah,
They building it up from them first few episodes. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it is a little slow, but it's also like portraying, like we was kind of saying from the previous couple times we spoke about it. It's really just there really wasn't shit going on at that time. You know, like because everything was in order.
It was,
you know
it was a time of peace, yeah.
Right. So there really ain't nothing cracking yet. You know,
relatively.
until relatively right. But that's what other than men being men and like ain't been to war in years, so now I want to just stab some damn body. That was really all that was going on at that. That's all we done seen throughout the episodes. But it was just they was building the character shit up. But it's about to crack after once Viserys dies, the king. It's over. It's about to go straight shit. I mean, it's just a painting a picture. Sometimes it happen like that in your family. Your grandmother goes
that
away.
nigga still hanging on.
Yeah.
When your grandma, your granddad, they get up, God rest their soul, and they're out of here. That sometimes that family crumbles. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what's looking like it's about to take place as soon as Viserys gets up out of here, or as soon as maybe Allison poisons him.
That's a dope fact though, because I didn't even look at it like juxtaposed it against like a regular family and like a prominent figure in somebody's family dying. That's definitely way to make it relatable.
Because everybody knows goddamn well that made his those boys ain't Laenor's. You know what I'm saying? So he know that, but he loves his daughter. You got to think about this too. He's still sad as fuck from losing his wife to pregnancy. Basically saying let's kill her so I can get this boy. Yeah. So that still messed with him. Facts. And Rhaenyra, I think that's her name, right?
Yeah.
She's the last remnants of his wife. So that's why he's like doing whatever he can to make sure she's straight. What man is really going to take their kid over their wife in front of everybody and without being nothing against ladies that are men and that are in marriages, but I'm just saying when you show up your wife on behalf of your child in front of a whole bunch of people, it's probably not going to end well. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a fact. You about to say something, Trey?
No, I was agreeing with Kendall.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you was about to interject. My bad. I was just making sure. But yeah, man, like that. Yeah.
It's gonna get better.
Yeah, no. Don't get me wrong. I'm not.
No, I think the last few episodes of the season gonna turn up and get you excited for season 2.
I think we about to see Joffrey times 12,000 next episode with Aemon.
Yeah.
He got his dragon.
He a different nigga.
Yeah, I ain't
fuck this
absolutely.
Yeah,
he taller than his big brother already, and he was little as shit. Last time we saw him.
Yeah, and what I meant by the show was anticlimactic. I ain't saying that the writing ain't incredible, that the show is not enjoyable. It's just not a lot of action. That's all I meant.
Right.
But
No, I agree with you though. It's not,
fine.
But I think that's actually deliberate. Why they're doing it the way that they're doing it. They're trying to accentuate. This is all peaceful for the most part. We just got these rifts within our family because niggas want to be king and other people want to start attacking it. That's why you see Otto. That's why Otto finally then said, "Oh, it's a game," and I finally see that you might win this shit when he's talking to his daughter. Right. So it's the Game of Thrones is about to start. Yeah. Straight up. As soon as Viserys get up out of there.
Yeah, and Trey made a good point last week when we was talking. He said that the show was kind of set. This is a peacetime, so this show was kind of setting the stage for letting you know how everything collapsed with the. And I was like, damn, that's a good point. I didn't think about that either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what's about to happen. Yeah. It's about to collapse.
Yeah.
Look at the starting of the show. They showing you the different houses or the different bloodlines of the Targaryens and all that, but you seeing it's still blood. It's still some. It ain't nothing happy. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas is dying. So they painting the picture. Yeah.
No, we saw it about to kick off with the last episode. Like, all right, everybody pissed now.
You know, they grooming the children to hate each other because they pissed off about the lineage, and you got Allison mad at Rhaenyra because nigga, I've been out here being proper and holy, and you out here smashing whatever you want. You know, like that's that's bothering the hell out of her. I gotta have sex with your old ass daddy. You out here, you got 3-4 niggas on deck. You know what I'm saying? So
she the real Karen, bro. Like she's
right,
the first ever Karen, bro. She really is. Like, what are you? You finna destroy this whole house's name because you upset because you can't get some different dick.
I feel like Rhaenyra using Damon too. She don't love that nigga.
No, I think she do love him, but I think that she is using.
She know that nigga
right
kill
now.
Well, no, she more so like understands like I got to keep this shit in order. Because if we don't, she gonna Allison might be able to do what she want to do with the squad, with setting up her situation. Because you know, I'm sure most people would rather her sons run it than than Rhaenyra's kids, because you know they Targaryens, right. You know, and everybody know that, you know. So
because they're males.
But her sons are insane though. Like that's what's hilarious. Like
well, they're incest babies.
Yeah.
No, they're not. I'm sorry. Let me stop saying that. That's not.
They're not.
Allison, you talking about Allison and what's her name? My bad. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. They about to get married though. They about to create some. They about to create some crazy.
Oh well, no, yeah.
They gonna create a Joffrey.
Yeah. Dog, I'm over here having a heart attack. This is completely what is related in the same vein of TV shows. But Blaze, I just googled Whitty Hutton. Dog, I forgot all about these dumbasses.
Hey, I need one of them shirts, bro. I'm not bullshit.
Hey, listen, dog, I'm bringing the Whitty Hutton shirts from Martin, dog, to our merch store. Okay. Like, dog, that is hysterical, dog. As soon as I Googled it, I just started dying laughing. I don't know if y'all heard me back here.
Dog, that might be one of the funniest episodes ever, though.
Yeah, but listen, anyway.
So
we're gonna.
Hey, hold on. Hey, shouts to Trey, man. I got my K-Ron on yesterday, dog.
All right.
Oh.
I wouldn't. Hold on. Tell the story before. I hate to cut you out, but tell it after this, because I got one more thing in the realm of TV reviews. But I don't know if y'all checked out the last episode of She-Hulk. That episode was actually pretty dope.
Oh no, it was good.
The show overall is pretty mid. Like actually, it's trash. I didn't go front. I enjoyed the first two episodes.
It's not trash, bro.
You don't think it's trash?
No.
What would you give it? I'm giving it.
I can't even watch.
I give it a 6.
I give it 2 stars out of 5. Like that's how I don't really feel. Yeah, bro.
I can't even watch it, bro. Yeah. I really can't watch it.
Yeah. The last episode was good, though.
Yeah,
I watched that and it was good.
The last episode was and it kind of let me know. I think that the MCU is almost purposely subverting our expectations, because when they want to do something dope, bro, they normally can execute. Do y'all feel like that? Y'all might think that they doing?
I don't know. They've been slacking lately, but they got some good shit coming down the pipeline. So I ain't gonna trip.
Yeah, we gonna see. Black Panther is really gonna let me know like what they about and their approach to things moving forward. Because the MCU been slacking a lot. But I really thoroughly enjoyed that last episode. That's all I want to say. So I know a lot of viewers and gave up on that show. It's got like terrible ratings, but that last episode was pretty dope. But I didn't want to go from Game of Thrones and She-Hulk because it's not even in the same vein. But I just want to do that. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Blaze. But you can go ahead and
that was our heavy spoilers segment.
Yeah, heavy spoilers segment. You go ahead and give the listeners tell the listeners why you got your K-Ron on.
Oh no, I had a beef with Crumble Cookies, man. They took the peanut butter and jelly cookies off the menu, dog. I was very upset. I tweeted them yesterday and told them they need to bring that shit back. They replied too.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to hold them accountable, bro.
Yeah, man. I need them back. Y'all don't support it.
Because we get into that age, man. We got businesses and things like that. We can be getting violent all the time. So you got to turn on that K-Ron, bro. Yeah, absolutely. You should have tweeted them 6 times. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing it till they put them back on there.
Absolutely.
What is crumble cookie? I've never had a crumble cookie.
It sounds fire.
Oh God, it sounds good.
Hey, look, if Google it, bro. If y'all got a crumble in y'all city, go get some, man. Mm-hmm. This not an ad.
Yeah, I don't know. All them made me want some bundt cake, bro. Nothing bundt cakes is fire if y'all ain't never been there. And this is not an ad, but I want some bundt cake now. I had no bundt cake in
bundt cake.
Damn,
House of the Dragon.
You still mad because I yelled at you, Trey? I'm sorry. You have
Who cares? Let me get the Black Excellence sword out.
Go ahead,
bro.
Who you got?
Kanye West. Kanye West.
All right.
Yep. The Moses West Foundation. Please go to moseswestfoundation.org. But anyway, there's like a video out right now of they're basically providing clean water to Jackson, Mississippi, for citizens that are basically going through a lot right now. They have a generator that they created where it provides water and continuous flow through air. So it's like super revolutionary, and they doing their thing. So check out the Moses West Foundation. Shout out to y'all.
So basically, they're creating water out of getting moisture out the air. You said.
Yep, moisture out of air, and then the water comes out of their reservoir or whatever. Not, I don't know if that's called a reservoir. But anyway, there's like some sort of tube contraption.
Oh.
That kind of looked a little crazy, but a little tube contraption where the water comes out from. So, yeah.
Nobody's for the people who listen to this on the audio side. Y'all didn't see Kendall's hand movement. It looked like he had a shake weight.
It looked a little crazy. What I was trying to explain.
It looked a little wild. So
I tell my damn business.
So, but anyway, man, if y'all had nothing else, man. Like I said, listeners, if y'all here, like, subscribe, comment, share this with your people. So we can get this ball rolling on this here. I don't even know what to call this mission that we on. But for everybody who's not aware, like I said, the merch is back. It's in the description in the show right now. It's gonna be on the audio side and the YouTube side, so you can just click the link and go and see what we have to offer y'all for y'all fan in the show. If you enter promo code RIBS, RIBS, you will get a 10% off anything you purchase on our website. And that is not a joke, by the way. I'm dead ass serious. On your checkout, if you enter promo code RIBS, RIBS, you'll get a 10% off anything you purchase. I'm only running it for a week, and then the yesterday's price is not going to be today's price. So y'all going to have to pay full price after a week, so y'all better get a hold of it ASAP. But on that note, man, if y'all don't have nothing else, House of the Dragons, go Pack,
go Bucks.
Unfortunately,
the Brewers didn't make the playoffs.
But the playoffs have been cracking. I'm probably no baseball fans in here, but I'm not talking about y'all. I'm just meaning our chat. But if y'all do like baseball, check out these playoffs. It's fire.
Yeah, definitely check that out. But on that
unfortunately, I have to root for the Braves.
Real quick too. I want to apologize to our listeners that Jerome Williams made me get violent with him. Sometimes he just doesn't know how to talk to people. So, I just want to apologize. And Unlabeled does not condone any violence. So I just wanted to let you guys know that.
No, we definitely pro-violence.
I was gonna say we
definitely pro-violence. Speaking of pro-violence, man, Draymond Green.
He's so bogus.
Jordan Poole cannot come back to the mill, bro.
What was he supposed to do, bro? You hooping? Ain't nobody doing that. Ain't no NBA player doing that except for Draymond Green. Draymond bogus, bro. He had his hands down like you were not expecting that, bro. It ain't like they was
you better expect it where you know where he from. Hey, look,
exactly.
The
man is charging you.
He was talking cash shit too. He called him broke ass, bum ass, ugly ass, all type of shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, but
Draymond couldn't take it.
Here's the thing.
Draymond was bogus though, bro.
Here's the thing. When Draymond walked up on him, like I said, most people ain't expecting that in the NBA. Like you making millions of dollars play basketball, you probably ain't expecting.
That's what I'm saying. They don't be fighting.
But no. Like, here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. When Draymond walked up on him, Jordan Poole pushed him, and if y'all notice, Draymond didn't move. Jordan Poole moved. He pushed himself back when he tried to push Draymond Green, and Draymond Green immediately reacted. Listen, keep your hands and or feet to yourself, and sometimes your tongue. People nowadays, this is why I'm pro-violence, because you see a lot of bullshit happening in today's society that would not happen if somebody was to go upside somebody's head. And I live in a probably the most liberal, non-violent city in America, Austin, fucking Texas. Nothing ever happens, and people drive like nothing is gonna happen to them. It's gonna be that one time somebody gonna get out and beat the fuck out of them, or
wrong.
Go ahead, Trey. But I'm just saying, I'm very pro-violence.
Listen. I 100% agree with everything that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. This is different.
Yeah. How
Draymond
so?
Green was wrong. He was wrong. He was absolutely
I'm not saying
wrong.
who's right or wrong. I'm just saying I'm pro violence.
Hey, that's the thing. He deserved to get pushed. He came in that man's space, bro.
Mm-hmm. Well, he
deserved to get
this should be a lesson to anybody out there listening. Somebody come in your space, knock their ass out. Point blank.
I'm 100% sure it was a broke ass.
Listen, and then ruin your career and lose millions.
Nah,
listen to Jerome.
He wouldn't get kicked out.
And
the only reason why we know about he wouldn't have been fired for punching no damn Draymond Green.
Trey saying my advice is gonna get people in trouble. Tell people to stay the fuck out your face.
No, absolutely. I'm just talking about in that setting. That's why I said I agree with what you said.
Shaq slapped Kobe in the face. And then nothing happened. We just didn't see it on video.
That's what I'm talking about. Kendall, I wouldn't even be saying this had that not came out.
What I'm saying
the
though
video
is,
not came out. But because of the video coming out, something gonna happen to Draymond. I don't know what it is, but the video. If the video didn't come out, bro,
they wouldn't have heard about it. I agree with that.
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. The video coming out, bro, it's very bad for him. Like, bro, you fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. They might get rid of him, but they'll be stupid. They ain't gonna never win no more championships.
No,
let
him go play.
Let him go play this season. Then he might be gone, but
let him go
play. Get no extension.
They gonna end their dynasty as soon as they get rid of him. But no problem. Go Bucks.
Go ahead and cut him and let him go play for the Lakers. We need him.
All right. We don't need another 9-jump shooting, man.
All right. Well, he got that straight. He got that straight.
He gonna do all type of distribution.
Oh God.
Right.
He's gonna get them triple singles.
He's gonna be passing the ball back and forth to each other. But
20 assists.
But I'm sorry.
-1.
We ain't starting a whole another segment. I just want to get that little joke off right quick. But listen, man, look, thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see y'all next week with another episode of Unlabeled Podcast.
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragons. Peace.
Yeah.